been thinking, I always thinking monetarily, but about taxation and how can I get people thinking the questions that I've asked, and I've asked for quite a few years. So I know I say a lot to people, and all the time I try to address this, that I feel taxation is theft. How is taxation theft? I'm just going to go over a few little scenarios or some samples, just get people thinking, active about it. So, example, we have a farmer, and then we have a gardener. So we have a gardener. Gardener has his garden. Maybe it's a larger garden on his property, and he does enough tomatoes and corn and carrots and potatoes and green beans, that kind of stuff, asparagus, for his family. And maybe he hands some to friends or people that they work with, that she works with, neighbors, that kind of stuff, because they have extra at certain times. And then the rest of it, what they do is they can stuff. They can tomatoes, they can other items with it, that kind of deal. So I can give it to my neighbor. I can give it to the people I work with. I can give it to family members. I can give it to complete strangers if I want. I can, pull up a truck that just says free corn or free carrots or free potatoes, whatever, and people can come grab what they want. Or I can do that, and people say they would like some, so I could charge them for that. I could charge them and say, well, I'll do this, but then what do you have that you can share with me? So it's a bartering situation. So there's no currency involved with that. Now, that's smaller. Now, if there's a farmer, and a farmer's making 10 to 100 times what the gardener was making, he can't just do the same thing, because the government says, no, you can't do that. So the government feels like they can go out in the field and take 10, 20, 30% of his crop. Let's say he's primarily a corn farmer, and he has some other things, but he goes in there to the field. The government does come in there and take 30% of that corn. Once that farmer brings that to market and sells that corn that he used his money, used his sweat, used his blood, he used his tears, he used all his labor to produce, then the government says, hey, I want 30% of that. You got to give me 30% of that, or 20%. So with that being said, is it okay for the government to come in there once it's ready to harvest, and they go in there with their tractors and they take 20 to 30% of that field and just take it, boom, gone? That would be a little odd. Same with the gardener, to come in and take anything from the gardener. That would be odd, right? It would feel odd. But if the farmer takes the stuff to market and he sells it, now it's okay to take 30% of the money or the funds that he's made by selling his corn. So I might be a little cloudy here with what I'm trying to say, but just think of it this way. Farmer, you have a corn farmer or a carrot farmer or whatever. They have all these acres, and it's just corn. And would that be something that would alert the citizenry if there was hundreds of farmers? Let's just say 50 corn farmers and 50 carrot farmers. And the government comes in there, harvest time, with their machines, and they take 30% of each of those farmers corn, and 30% of each of those farmers carrots with their machines. Just take it. When people start questioning and say, hey, why are you doing that? What are you doing? That farmer, that was his. He worked for that. He made sure he watered it. He made sure he did what he needed to do to get a good production from it. Why are you coming in there and taking it once it's ready to be taken? So there's that. And then what's the difference from once the farmer does it all himself, brings to market and sells it, excuse me, gets paid, then the government says, give me 30% of that. Give me 30% of what you made from that stuff. What's the difference? There's not really any different. It's not really any different, really. No difference, in my opinion. So if they start doing all people gardening, when people start saying, "Whoa, wait, what?" Because you have a garden, and I'm not selling the stuff, I'm using it for my family, and I'm giving it to some friends and some relatives. Now you're going to charge me tax on what I produced? Well, how is that different than the farmer getting charged tax on what he produces? Or for that, auto mechanic that works on a car, uses his labor to help fix up cars, to help people's broken down cars run again. How does the government come in and say, hey, you did that to help that gentleman or that lady, now I want 30% of that to me, or 20% of that to me, or whatever your percentage you want to put on there. You got to give that to me because you did that for them. Does that mean that's stealing your labor? It's stealing the stuff he produced, and he needed the tools that he used, that he spent his money on, and he used to repair that vehicle, repair that thing. Now you're stealing from that person, their labor. You're stealing from it. I mean, in my opinion, having to do something for free because it's by force, yeah, they're not making you fix that car for them or that truck for them, but if you do it, you owe me a percentage. I'm not making you do it, but if you do it, you owe me a percentage. Doesn't that seem not right? I think that goes against all morals. I mean, all ethics. Really. So, if you're working with some people, I'm just trying to unfog this some, and you have 3 people you deal with. One works on cars, one works on houses, and you're a gardener. And anytime you need your car worked on, the one guy doesn't. Anytime you want something repaired for your home or something you want to put an extension in your house or whatever, the other guy does that. And then anytime they want or they need food for their home, you provide that for them. And it may be right from the garden, and maybe after you've canned the stuff, and you give them equal parts that they're happy with, and all is well. But the minute the guy that's helping on your car, the guy, the lady that's helping on your house, the minute she says, I'm doing this to you, for you, pay me cash, the minute you involve cash or currency, that's when the government says, whoa, wait, I want a percentage of that. Because you're doing that for them, or she's doing that for you, I want a percentage of that. But if you stay out of currency, you stay out of the dollar, or you stay out of the digits, there's no government involved in that. That seems the way to go, but then it throws a question in me as to how in anyone's right mind would they think it's okay once you involve this currency, this fiat currency they have. Now the government wants to take, 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever percentage they want to take from each party. How? Why is that right? I just can't wrap my head around it. Is it anything other than theft? Really? On that level, is it anything other than theft? In my opinion, no. In my opinion, it's theft, and it's still theft. So, I'm just thinking, I don't have any other examples. Maybe I'll get some and do another video on it, but I just want you to think about it. Is that right? And the government says, well, we needed to operate. Well, in my book, the government is way too big. Period. It was way too big. 50 years ago, it's even bigger now, so it's that much bigger than it needs to be. The government should be as slim and trim, just enough so it can barely limp by and operate to help the citizens and help to protect the country. That's its only purpose. Period. That's it. And then they won't need to come in and steal all this stuff. And like I've always said, the main way they get it, and the main way they survive, and the main way they grow is by the hidden tax called inflation. Because nowadays they have no limit. There's no gold standard. There's no standard of anything. They're not limited at all. They just hit the duplicate button. They just create the digits, hit the printing presses, whatever. They do it whenever they want. There's no rhyme or reason for it. I mean, I guess the only rhyme or reason for it is that they want more and they want to do it. But anyways, that's inflation. That's a different story. But I'm just trying to think of taxation is theft. It's nothing more. If you think it's something more, please, by all means, send me a comment. Show me something different. Open my eyes. I mean, get me thinking differently. I say, come on. I would like to know. I always want to learn. But as of now, I've been down this path and I've been thinking this for years upon years. And the more I think about it, the more focused I get to be. It can be nothing but straight up theft. Period. But anyways, if you like it, hit the like button, share, subscribe. And as always, stay vigilant, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your wealth, and protect